Hi there. This is a video about how you can submit your event to the Bowen Island Community Calendar, hosted on the Bowen Island Library website. Our website is bowenlibrary.ca. When you're on our front page, you can go to Community Calendar on our menu and click on Community Calendar, or you can scroll down to this button and click on Community Calendar. You can also always enter the short link bipl.ca/cal for calendar. Click enter and you'll get to our community calendar. The community calendar is a great place to see what's happening on Bowen Island. It's populated by events submitted by you, the public, and is accessible to those who are not on social media, such as Facebook or Instagram. Let's have a quick look at the community calendar. You can look at it in month view, in list view, or in photo view, whichever you prefer, just by clicking these buttons. You can also search for events using the search bar. Let's look at an example of an event in the community calendar. You get a page where the title is listed clearly, there's an image, and other details of your event are listed at the top, like date, time, cost, and spots for websites for your event, venue, and organizer, if you want to include details on all of those. There's also a spot below where you can enter all the information about your event, such as a schedule, where to buy tickets, and any other details. People can even click Add to Calendar to add your event to their personal calendar. What's neat is you get a unique URL for your event, which you can copy from your URL bar and paste into an email and send it to all your friends, and they'll know where they can find all the details about your event. They'll click on this and it will take them to the community calendar where your event lives. Anyone can submit their public event happening on Bowen Island. We encourage local groups, organizations, businesses, and individuals to submit their events to spread the word, and also to let other event organizers know what events are happening when. This can help others choose to plan their event on different days and avoid a scheduling conflict. We're going to look at submitting an event. And just making you aware, there's always this frequently asked questions page as well if you need help troubleshooting. So we're going to click Submit an Event. We're going to start by entering a descriptive and concise event title, and our event is going to be called Disco Dance Party, and I'm going to paste in some text about this event that I've got prepared. You want to list the important details that people will need to know, including how to register or purchase tickets if they are required to. Now we're going to choose a date and go to event time and date, choose a date for our party and a time. I'm going to choose starting at 7 p.m. and ending at 11:30 p.m. You can also schedule multiple dates for your event. Just select recurring event, add more events. And say your event happens once a month. You're going to select happens monthly. It's auto-populated first Friday of the month here because the date we selected is the first Friday of the month. So it will continue with that pattern, and we can choose to end it after, say, 5 events, 5 times, or you can choose to end it on a date. It will give you a date a year from now. So we had originally entered December 6, 2024. It's giving us a year of monthly events. So when you choose your date you're ending this on, just make sure you choose the right year. So I want to look at December 2024 when I've started my event on the 6th, and say I want it to be 2 months long. So it's happening on the 6th, and January 3rd, 2025. I'm just going to select the date after that, January 4th, and that will include January 3rd as part of my pattern of events. If you have multiple events but they don't follow a pattern, you can choose recurring event, add more events, happens once, choose the date for your second event. Our first one is on December 6th. Maybe our next one is on the 10th. And we'll choose our start and end time again, and there we go. We can add a third single event, happens once, And maybe this one is happening on the 14th. And we'll choose a start and end time, and there we go. We'll have 3 events in this series. 1, 2, 3. If you have a series, say a weekly event, and you have an exception where it's not happening on 1 week, you can go add exception. Event will not occur once on, say we don't want it to happen on this date. We select that date and we're good to go. It won't show up on that date. Now we'll scroll down and choose an image for our event. We recommend a simple image with minimal text, so maybe just a picture or just a picture with the title of your event. If all you have is a digital version of your print poster, you can upload that, but those tend to have a lot of text on them. It may have the title, date and time, description of your event, and other details in text on that poster image. That's fine, but please note that that text may not be readable because the images get resized differently on different devices. So please don't rely on your image to convey all the text information you want to convey about your event. Please make sure any text that's in your image is included in your event description above. This makes it accessible for all users as well. So I'm going to go in and choose an image from my computer by clicking Choose Image. So it's opened the file system on my computer, and I just need to navigate to the folder where my image is located. I've put it on my desktop, so I'll just select it there and click Open. I've selected this disco ball image from my computer. I know that it's loaded because there's the file name. Please submit your image as a JPEG or PNG only. Now we're going to choose a venue. On this drop-down menu where it says Create or Find a Venue, we're going to enter the name of our venue to see if it already exists in this list. For instance, if this event was happening at the library, I might put in library as a keyword and see what comes up. Indeed, there are several choices for library locations that I could choose from. If your venue does not exist here, I'm going to put in a fictional venue called Marigold Hall. It's not coming up as a venue that already exists, so I'm going to click the blue here, Create. Then I will get further fields that I can fill in about this venue. If you're creating a new venue, please be accurate about all the information you input. If your venue has a website associated with it, you could enter that here. Please note that whenever you're entering a website on this form, you're going to want to enter the complete URL or complete website address. We recommend opening a new tab or a new window in your browser, pulling up the website that you want to direct people to, selecting it, copying the URL, going back to the form, and entering it here. That way it will include all of the details that this form requires, including HTTPS. If you only enter a simple address without that extra information, when you go to hit submit at the bottom, it will pop you back up because it wants you to input the complete URL. We're going to scroll down to organizer details. It's the same as above. You're going to want to input the name of the organizer or organization just to see if somebody's entered it before you. But if your organization isn't listed here, you can enter it. Click the drop down, put in the name, and click Create. You can enter a phone number, a website, and email associated with the organizer that the public can use to contact you if you would like them to. Please make sure when you're entering your website, you put in the full address, as we did before for the venue. We want to make sure all the details of our web address are here. Next up, we have a spot to put a website address or URL for the event itself. So maybe you have ticketing that is online where people can purchase a ticket online, such as Eventbrite or some other ticketing website. You could input that website here. Again, please make sure to put in the complete website. Additional fields. This is your name and email or phone, and this is the information belonging to you as the person submitting the event. And this will only be visible to library staff if we need to contact you if we have any questions about your event. For event cost, you can enter 0 or leave this field blank if tickets are free or attendance is free. In this case, for our example event that we're creating, I did put in the description above that our tickets are $10. So I will put that in here. And at the bottom, we have the terms of submission. Please make sure you click this little box before you hit submit. So I'm going to click submit. So we get a note saying that all submissions are reviewed by the library. So a library staff member will have a quick look at your event and hit publish. So you may not see the event on the calendar right away. We're going to look at the submit an event form and what happens when we don't fill in a required field. So I filled in my form as best as I could and I click submit event and it pops us up to the top. And note it does give us some information here. Event title is required. Oops. I'll make sure I put that in. And it also says your email or phone number is required. So I may have missed putting it in to the additional fields which are required so staff can be in touch with you if we have any questions. Another issue might be that it pops you back up because you haven't put in a complete website. So anywhere on this form that you enter a website, please make sure you enter the complete URL with the protocol information. Once our event is published, we can go to the Bowen Island Library website, go to the Community Calendar, click Community Calendar, go to the date that our event is at, find it in the calendar, and you'll see all the information here. So if you just hover over it, you'll see a preview, and if you click on the title, you'll get to a page where all the information that we put in lives now. So we've got our title, date, time, cost, website, our venue information, and our organizer information as well, including all the details we put in the event description as well. At the top in your URL bar, you'll have a unique web address for your event. You can copy and paste this into an email, send it out to friends. They click on it and they'll end up right here with all the details about your event. We hope that helps you submit an event to the community calendar on Bowen Island. You can always go to our frequently asked questions page where you have tips on completing the submit an event form in written format, examples, and some troubleshooting tips. We hope you have success in submitting to the community calendar, but don't hesitate to contact the library by phone, email, or in person if you have any questions. Bowen Library staff are happy to help.